Hey everybody, it's Matthew, and I think it was time that we sit down and did a quick review of what disclosure actually means. And so we have talked about in other videos and certainly in many classes and meetings what has to be disclosed. So things like the basement is leaking and it hasn't been repaired yet, or the roof leaks and it hasn't been repaired yet, or any other number of physical issues of the home. There are also things like disclosing your relationship with a client or disclosing your relationship with an affiliate may be referring to. Those disclosures, again, we cover in many places, also have to meet a certain standard of how they're presented. And so when it comes to a court or DPOR or an ethics panel reviewing whether or not you made proper disclosure, there are three things that they keep in mind. One, was it timely? Two, was it meaningful? And three, was it in writing? So again, was it timely? Was it given to the person who was owed the disclosure in enough time to take action against it? Was it done after ratification or before ratification, after referral or not, after presentation of offer or not? Timeliness is very important. The second one is, was it meaningful? Was it clear to the parties that yes, it's a 4-bedroom house, but it only has a 3-bedroom perk? And then lastly, was it in writing? These are very important criteria in order to show that you've made proper disclosure. So if, for example, if I have a home that's listed and it does have 4 bedrooms, but it only has a 3-bedroom perk, I'm gonna make sure that's in the agent-to-agent comments because that meets the timeliness and written standard, and I'm going to be very explicit that this home does in fact have 3 bedrooms. There is a 3-bedroom perk from 7 years ago or 10 years ago. That's it. It's meaningful, it makes sense. If I am working with a family member and I'm presenting offer on behalf of my daughter, I'm going to say, this is my daughter, I'm a real estate licensee, and I'm representing her as her agent, and I'm gonna make sure that that is given in such a time as to be meaningful to the person. In other words, a timeliness is going to be meaningful to the person. It's going to be writing, generally within the context of the offer. A matter of fact, the Code of Ethics explicitly says that you have to disclose this prior to making the offer known. And let's say that we have other issues like, and strange issues sometimes, like maybe you're an agent who is in a relationship with the loan officer you're referring to, but maybe you're not married. And the question is, do I have to disclose because we don't really share a home together, we don't really share assets together, we don't have any shared bank accounts? Should I disclose? The question is, why would you not? What would be the actual impact of that? And so even an email to your buyer, hey, I think you should use so-and-so. I've known them for a while. Matter of fact, we've been dating for a bit. That's how much I trust him or her. And they do a great job with this. You're free to use whomever you wish. Here's who I recommend. So those disclosures should be, again, something that I could review as a third party and go, yeah, that client clearly knew what the substance of the issue was. They were told in a reasonable time frame to have made a decision about either using that affiliate or buying that home or making that application on a rental. And were they done where they were supposed to be? So whenever you were questioning whether disclosure made, the answer is generally make it. And again, even things like, I've worked with this buyer or this builder several times. When you're representing the builder, you're probably going to do dual agency. What does it hurt if the client's willing to work with them and you've made the disclosures? You all are covered. They have full informed consent, and everybody gets to live happily ever after. And if there is any challenge, we can go back and say, look what we wrote down, look what we told you, and you still acted on it. And so help yourself here. It's very important to be very diligent on this. One of the major complaints that we've been receiving over the past year and a half, as the world's getting crazy and everybody's getting nutty, is people feel like they just didn't know. And in a world where we can find out anything we need to know generally, we are starved for even more information. And so consumers are driven by data and information. Provide more and less. Now, if it's going to hurt your client and it's not an obligation to disclose, that's a separate conversation we should have, and you should contact a broker. But in all other instances, make the disclosures known. If you have any questions, reach out to your broker. They're well versed in this. Thanks so much for your time.